I just wanted to put on record the kind of madness that's going on in here right now as I'm teaching myself how to do this animation. So let me just show you what's become of my apartment, which is now the, I guess, studio. Give you a little tour. These are all animating supplies that I just bought earlier today. Here we have some really nice looking clay, tools. Here's a bunch of wood that I'm getting ready to cut. There's more of it over there. This is my coffee table. I'm going to be transforming that into the actual puppet stage. This is a cool little toy I found earlier today. I'm going to manipulate this thing so it's a puppet rig. This is actually, it came with a little magnifying glass that hooks onto this crossbar for painting, you know, very small models or objects or something like that. So I might use that to build the mouths for these creatures. But I'm also going to pop out these roach clips, put in this threaded, whatever they're called, and then that will hook into a bolt in the back of the creature and help him stand up so he can run around. This is something I'm very excited about. This is a piece of clay from this new brand that I mixed. I originally wanted to use play-doh, but play-doh is terrible for animation. It just dries out and falls apart. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to find clays that I can mix to match that play-doh color. This one is almost exact. If I add a little bit of white, you can't really tell the difference. Actually, it's almost there. Which is great, because the Play-Doh color is kind of funny. It's just a cartoony color. I tried to use this other clay over here to make the guy. And, you know, you can see that green is just not cartoony. It's too natural. It looks like it could actually live in this world. While it's a good clay, and I'll use it for something else on the set, I'm not going to use it for the main characters. These are drawer pulls, which I figure we can use somehow. If I rig them over the puppet stage, sort of on a fly system, then it would help me move the puppet around back and forth. I won't have to worry about tie downs, hopefully. Although I'm preparing for those in case I need to use them. But I would rather just use the surface of this table, which you really can't see from this angle, but it's very nice and shiny black. It's exactly like this. This is the shelf that's on the bottom of the table. It's a very good surface, and it actually kind of looks like the stage, like a stage floor. I'm going to test these out. These are 5 pipe cleaners wound together for the wire armature. I kind of like the pipe cleaner because the fuzz on it catches onto the clay and the wire won't slide around inside the clay, which I tested before, and it sort of moved around and switched the shapes that I was playing with. If this doesn't work, then I'll go with just standard aluminum wire and, you know, deal with it. As soon as the stage is built, then I'm going to wrap curtain around it, see if I can hook up some kind of fly system, rig up the lights, and then I'm going to get down to sculpting. What I'm going to do, if I can match the colors of this animator's clay to Play-Doh, then I'm going to use our Play-Doh green, the stuff that I already mixed and tried, along with Play-Doh black and Play-Doh white to form mouths, which will just be interchangeable. The puppets won't be dialogue heavy, but they do sing a few times, and they might, you know, want to scream or say something. So I'm going to put together a bunch of mouths and eyes of different shapes. This is what I'm going to use to keep everything organized and separated. They have these armature sets for sale online that cost anywhere from like $100 to $350. So what I'm going to try to do is just use their design and build my own, which kind of looks like this. I don't know if that's entirely clear. Those little blocks are blocks of wood. I'm going to sand them down. The holes on the bottom there are in case I need tie downs. If I do, then I'll just build another black floor raised up on 2x4s, so I can get into switch out the tie downs. And you can see the wire goes in there, and then it's secured with a little screw. So I'm going to glue a bolt into the wood, sunken, and then screw the little screw down and hold the wire there. And it's connected to these other bolts, this little hip section here. So let's say this leg, the wire in it breaks, which is quite possible with all of the movement that they'll be getting. Instead of tearing the whole thing apart, all I have to do is unscrew this and replace that leg. Those holes there are going to have bolts in them, and that will be where that threaded rod here goes in to hold them up. The thing online had these sort of hand shapes, which I'm not really big on because that just makes the fingers made out of clay. So I thought about doing this. I'll try this and see if it works. Since there are 5 strings of pipe cleaner rolled together, then if I put them into this little wooden block and I have little holes drilled out for each of the 5 things, then I can unravel that, bolt it down, and then have it all part of this arm here. This is the head. Each of these screws could potentially hold a facial feature, like the top one could hold his hat, the sides could hold his ears, the one in the front could hold his nose, or maybe his eyes. If I get his eyes secured in some kind of little wire socket, then that might make them easier to manipulate. Yeah, and he'll be about 6 inches tall. All sorts of stuff going on here. Yeah, so we're moving forward with this. Just waiting for my batteries to charge, and I figured while I'm here waiting, I might start to do some kind of behind the scenes, how it all happened sort of thing. And this is how it happened.